and welcome into Tipton High School here in the heart of Missouri, up near Columbia, where we are getting ready to get started with our first of three games here tonight. Starting off, the Miller Cardinals take on the St. Elizabeth Hornets out of, up right up around the Tipton area as well. Taking a look at the two teams as they come in, Miller comes in 7-3, coming off of their first blue and gold appearance since 2012, where they picked up their first blue and gold win since even further than that, 2009. That was a 66-39 victory over Reed Springs, where Owen Weiss tied not only just unofficially tied the blue and gold 3-point record, but also the school record for threes in a single game when he hit 9 of them in that first consolation game. Taking a look at these Cardinals, they're going to be led by Jared Long, Nate Hill, Owen Weiss, Brody Rinkert, and Paul Nunez. I'm going to have to go ahead and apologize in advance. I was planning on broadcasting a lot of blue and gold this week, or last week. However, I've been dealing with pneumonia over most of it. However, still going to be coughing at points throughout tonight. So you're just going to have to bear with me there. Starting for St. Elizabeth, Noah Chapman, Blake Wobe, Gavin Williams, Carter Rinkenmeyer, and Eli Kimna. St. Elizabeth may not be super familiar to some of the teams, to a lot of the people down in Southwest Missouri. However, if you go up to the Final Four at all, they are a staple up at the Final Four at the Class 1 level. Made the Final Four in 5 of the last 6 seasons. They've won their district the last 6 seasons. So this is a very successful program up here. Caleb Heckmeyers has done a tremendous job up there. They're going to be led by Gavin Williams, who's a all-district senior. And typically they'll be led by Nick Heckmeyer as well. However, he has been out for the last couple weeks with an injury, so he will not be playing here tonight. So we got just a few minutes before kickoff. Let's go ahead and take a look at that trip to the blue and gold as the Cardinals making their first appearance. Owen Weiss, it's one of those 9 threes here against Reed Springs. Hayden Schnacke adds in. Nate Hill gets a nice runner up the middle. I believe that is in their game against against Lebanon. Another 3 there by Paul Nunez. Going back to the opening day at JQH there, and Jared Long gonna hit a 3 right here. I want to say big thank you to Brady Johnson for getting that highlight film put together for us. But we're gonna go ahead and step aside here for just a second. We're gonna do our starting lineup announcements, and we're gonna get ready to go. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our generous sponsors.
Ready to be a key player? At New Stream Enterprises, we play to win and have fun leveling up our game. Visit newstreaming.com to find your spot on the roster as an employee owner. You'll have a stake in the outcome, sharing the rewards for every victory you help achieve.
OMB Bank is proud to support high school basketball across the Ozarks this season. Experience community banking at its best at OMB. Enjoy the customer service you expect from your hometown bank, plus personal, business, and digital banking solutions to fit every need. Visit OMB online at ombbank.com for any of their convenient locations in Ash Grove, Buffalo, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Springfield, and Walnut Grove. OMB Bank. Community banking made better. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 733051. Now back to the voice of Southwest Missouri Sports, Skyland Akins. Thank you for tuning in to this edition.
welcome back to welcome back here to Tipton, where we are getting our opening lineups read off. And it should be a tremendous matchup. St. Elizabeth coming in at number 10 in Class 1. They have been very successful. We already talked about that at the top of this broadcast. Very successful. They've made won their last 6 district championships, made the Final Four the 5 of the last 6 years. They fell last year. This is the first ever matchup between these two squads. So it'll be fun to get a unique look at a new team. This is the 4th game of the Tipton shootout as St. Elizabeth takes the tip, and we have basketball. Noah Chipman with the ball. Gonna kick inside. Good back up to Williams. Williams up and no good. We get a rebound. Eli Kimna gets the putback. And Miller likes to play fast, so they're going to be pushing the ball ahead all game long. 3 ball up. No good by Weiss. And ball goes out of bounds. And the ball's going to stay with, it looked like the official was saying there was a push, which I thought there was. I thought Long got a little bit of a forearm into the back of Kimna. However, it's going to stay with the Cardinals. 2-0 early lead for St. Elizabeth. Weiss acts like he was going to take one. St. Elizabeth's coming out in a 2-3 zone. And a lot of hesitation. A 3 ball up and good by Jared Long. Cardinals up in their press. Steal by Nunez. And Weiss was looking to get Nunez the ball there. However, he disappeared. And a turnover takes St. Elizabeth the other way. No good by Rinkmeyer. And Nunez from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Chipman. Back the other way is Rinkmeyer. Williams drives back up to the top. Pass deflected there by Owen Weiss. He can go out of bounds. He's going to stay with the Hornets. Good ball movement here early on by St. Elizabeth, just unable to finish, as that time it was Eli Kimna unable to get the bucket to go. 5 minutes, 53 seconds remain in this opening quarter. Miller has the slim 3-2 lead, of 3 from Jared Long, the only bucket up to this point for the Cardinals. Brody Rinker down low. He's getting hacked. He's going to be called a jump ball. Nate Hill to inbound, going to kick it out to Weiss. Weiss the Long's going to launch it. No good. Rebounded by Nunez. And one thing that I've been kind of surprised up to this point, typically St. Elizabeth's very good rebounding the ball. Has a lot of big framed guys on teams past. This team looks a little bit smaller than some of those other squads. And Butterfingers have been rampant up to this point. Good pass there. And ball stolen there by Brody Rinker. One thing we also want to add is we are playing with a 34-second shot clock. And that basket there, good by Gavin Williams. A 34-second shot clock is in play with after Misha had allowed for the use of the shot clock. It's optional. 3-ball good by Jared Long. You've seen it in a few tournaments down in Southwest Missouri, most notably the Willard tournament. A lot of controversy, rather, about if the blue and gold should have been used in it. But we are using it here. Nunez gets it back to Weiss at the volleyball line. Nate Hill looks back to Weiss. 5 seconds on the shot clock, no good. And nearly rebounded by Paul Nunez, however, can be taken away from him, and St. Elizabeth goes back the other direction. 3-ball up by Wobie, no good. Rebounded by Rinker. And timeout's going to be called by Coach Brandon Weiss as he's going to talk things over with his team. We're going to step aside. 6-4 your score early on. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here from the Tipton Shootout. Welcome back to Tipton as we have a 6-4 Miller lead. Hayden Schnocky comes into the game for the Miller Cardinals. Peyton Hodge in for St. Elizabeth. Bad pass there by Schnocky. Goes back the other way. And a block by Weiss. But the follow by Williams is going to tie the ball game up at 6. Jared Long with all 6 points for the Cardinals. A lot of stagnant offense for Miller up to this point. Good floater there by Long, no good. Can't get it to go. But it turned right back over. Paul Nunez. Paul, good, strong finish. And that puts Miller back in the lead, 8-6. Good backdoor cut. Back out to Hodge for 3, and he gets it to go. Hodge, Ryan Hodge, 6'4" senior for the Hornets, averages 4 points a game. He got 3 after that shot right there. St. Elizabeth extending their zone out just a little bit more. 3-ball from Nunez, gets it to go. 11-9, and a steal by Weiss. And Weiss for 3 misses everything. And Hodge with the rebound, and foul's going to be called on Jared Long.
Number 3, Jared Long, his first personal foul. This is the first team foul of this quarter. Checking in for the Cardinals, number 1, Jalen Jackson.
We got another foul called. Just trying. I looked down trying to figure out. This foul's gonna be called on Jalen Madsen. Three ball up by Hodge, in and out. And the other younger Kimna gets the rebound, goes back around. Good ball movement here from the Hornets. Free ball up, no good. That one was Tyson Green. And another one by Kimna, no good. And finally, Nunez gets the defensive board. Goes the other way is Weiss. Weiss is up and good for his first bucket. Miller's got an early lead and a steal from Weiss and another bucket. Miller has done a great job up to this point with their full court pressure, forcing quick turnovers. As the passing of St. Elizabeth, this does not look smooth, and that could be a part of the Hornets missing several of their two starters. But 15-9 here, 40 seconds remain in the opening quarter. Paul Nunez with 6, Nunez with 5, Jared Long with 6 for the Cardinals. Bad pass there. Nate Hill put Hayden Brown in a tough situation there. And I have to be smarter, play a cleaner game.
Nate Hill, his first open. That's the third. He's down this quarter.
23 seconds remain. Chipman with the ball and a foul called on Brown. After what was a extremely clean opening 7 minutes, there's been, I believe, 4 fouls the last about 45 seconds. St. Elizabeth looking for maybe draw one more foul, get to the free throw line. Pass intercepted by Owen Weiss. 15 seconds left. Pass ahead to Long for 3, no good. And tipped up by Paul, and I think Paul thought there may have been a little less time on the clock than what there was. 6 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. Gotta get a shot off. 1. Williams for 3, no good. And that's going to do it for the opening quarter. 15-9 your score. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our generous sponsors.
Ready to be a key player? At New Stream Enterprises, we play to win and have fun leveling up our game. Visit newstreaming.com to find your spot on the roster as an employee owner. You'll have a stake in the outcome, sharing the rewards for every victory you help achieve.
OMB Bank is proud to support high school basketball across the Ozarks this season. Experience community banking at its best at OMB. Enjoy the customer service you expect from your hometown bank, plus personal, business, and digital banking solutions to fit every need. Visit OMB online at ombbank.com for any of their convenient locations in Ash Grove, Buffalo, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Springfield, and Walnut Grove. OMB Bank. Community banking made better. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 733051. Now back to the voice of Southwest Missouri Sports, Skyland Akins. Thank you for...
Welcome back to Tipton as we are getting ready, or as we are started with the second quarter of action. Miller leads the number 10 team. Eli Kimno with the bucket there. Miller leads the number 10 team in Class 1, St. Elizabeth, 15-11, just starting the second period. if you weren't here, as before, you may see that number ticking down above the goal. That is because we are playing with the shot clock. First time the Cardinals have played with the shot clock this season. Speaking of 2 seconds left, and a deep three from Owen Reeves. A deep three. That's his first three of the ball game. And another tip and a steal from Weiss. He's going to take it himself here. Going the other way. And a nice up and under from Weiss. Just like that, a 4-point lead has turned into a 9. 3-ball up and no good. Rebounded from St. Elizabeth. That was 13. Blake Wobie. Good strong finish there by Wobie. Wobie, a 6'1" senior, averages 11 points a game. He's got 2 up to this point. 2 minutes off the clock, and wide open look there for Nate Hill. Good pass there. Good find by Weiss. Unable to finish. Jared Long from the elbow, no good. Brody with the rebound and throws it off the shins of Paul Nunez. And the ball's going to get tied up. 5 minutes, 46 seconds remain. Ball's going to stay with the Cardinals. Hayden Schnocky comes back into the game for Miller. A little bit of conversation going on with the scores table. They're going to decide everything looks good. And another wild pass there from Hill being turned over. And St. Elizabeth's going the other way. And foul called. Foul's going to be called on Nunez. That's going to send number 3, Kyson Green, to the free throw line.
Kyson Green at the line for the Hornets shooting.
First free throw, no good from Green. St. Elizabeth, coached by Coach Caleb Heckmeyer, 79-43 in his stint at St. Elizabeth. Free throw good, 20-14. As St. Elizabeth tries to bring this one back. 3-ball from Weiss and money. He's up to 12. And timeout called by Coach Heckmeyer. And they're going to go ahead and have a conversation about it. We're going to step aside. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Welcome back to Tipton as Miller holds a 23-14 lead here early on against St. Elizabeth. We're in the second quarter, 5 minutes left to play. Rebound there by Owen Weiss. And Schnocky may have gotten away with a travel there. Nate Hill for 3, gets it to go. After only hitting a single three there in the opening quarter. Floodgates have started open for this Miller offense. Has another one up, no good. And is going the other direction. Kyson Green got that last bucket for St. Elizabeth. And a charge called by Green. It's going to be Nate Hill stepped up, took the charge. And that's going to give Miller the ball back with a 10-point lead. Just over 4 minutes left in the opening quarter, or in the opening half. Weiss brings the ball up. Schnocky finds Rinker on the block. Rinker, good up and under, no good. Good move there, however, going the other way is Williams, and Gavin Williams gets the easy bucket. Made it look easy. Gavin Williams, the leading scorer, still currently playing with 15 points a game, also averages 9 boards a game. And he is a load and a half down low. 6'2", listed as a guard. You can see it on that transition bucket. Madsen's going to draw the foul on Kyson Green.
Number 3. Kyson Green is second personal foul, second team foul this quarter. Checking in for St. Elizabeth, number 13. Clayton Hobby.
Miller off to their best start since 2020, which was also the year of their last district championship. Had a familiar face, Jeff Long, on that squad, and at the shot clock, another 3-ball falls for Jared Long. He's got 3 of them now. Good pesky defense there by Jared Long, and then he draws the foul. Gets the turnover, then draws the foul. Jared Long's older brother, Jeff, on that last team to win a district title. Back in, I believe it was actually 2021, rather. Madsen's shot, no good. And Hodge for another 3, no good, rebounded by Madsen. And going the other way is the Cardinals. Schnocky thought about taking a 3. Madsen is going to take the 3, and no good. Rebounded by Brady Kimna. 2 minutes, 17 seconds remain. 29-18 is the score. Going back into the game, Hayden Brown and Paul Nunez. Hayden Schnocky and Jared Long going to take a seat for a minute. About a 2.5-hour drive from Miller. And it's 3-ball up and good from Gavin Williams. And a charge called on Weiss. Brady Kimna draws it. It looks like Weiss got a little bit too much of the forearm going forward. That's just his first personal. Team third. Down to 2 minutes left in the first half. Kimna, little jumper from the free throw line, and it's good. St. Elizabeth with a little bit of full court pressure, full court pass there from Weiss. And Brown finds Rinker. Rinker's going to get fouled, go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Miller lead cut down to 6. That's one thing that's got to be a bit concerning for Coach Weiss. It feels like Miller has controlled the tempo, has controlled everything about this game so far. However, just a 6-point lead. Rinker's first free throw short.
Checking in for the Hornets, number 0, Noah Chipman.
Rinker's second one is short as well. Empty trip to the free throw line for Brody Rinker. And a steal from Madsen. Nunez with the ball in the backcourt. Gonna find Hayden Brown. Gonna kick around to Weiss. Weiss takes a 3. Fouled on the 3-point attempt. A great pass there by Hayden Brown. Gets Owen Weiss in with an opportunity for a 3-pointer. That's gonna be the 3rd personal foul for Blake Wobie. Weiss's first free throw around the rim, no good. Second free throw will fall for Weiss. He's got 13. And the third, no good. Weiss usually about as solid as you can ask for from the free throw line. Goes 1 for 3. Down to just over a minute. And Chipman is good. (30-25). Lead back down to just 5. And another almost nearly stolen again. Good pass and finish there by Brody Rinker. Miller trying to get a quick turnover again. Doesn't get Chipman. Going to throw it out of bounds. He's looking for Hodge. 40 seconds remain. It's a 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. We'll see how they want to play it. Where a lot of times in the NBA game and the college game, rather, you could say go for a quick shot, go 2 for 1. The Hornets going to take over on the jump ball there. Chipman looking to inbound and find Hodge. 27-second shot clock turned off. Chipman pass intercepted by Paul Nunez, looking like a defensive back there. Gonna find Owen Weiss and going the other way. They're gonna throw it out of bounds once again. This has been an unusual performance for every St. Elizabeth's game I've ever seen. Typically, they do not make the mistakes as we're down to under 10 seconds. A lot of turnovers here in the opening half. And a long 3, no good. 1 second follow up, no good. And that is going to take us to halftime. We're going to step aside for just 1 minute. We'll be right back. You're watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest.
Welcome back to Tipton as we're at the halftime of our first game. Here's St. Elizabeth trails the Miller Cardinals 32-25. Taking a start looking at St. Elizabeth. They're led by Gavin Williams with 9 points. The seniors looked very good up to this point. Noah Chipman's got 3. Chipman's got 2. Blake Wobie's got 2. Eli Kimna's got 4. Kyson Green with 3. And Ryan Hodge with 3. And Brady Kimna with 2 points himself. For the Cardinals, they are led by Owen Weiss with 15 points after kind of a slow start. He got 3 threes to fall there in that last part of the first quarter and the second quarter. Jared Lung has a trio of threes. He's got 9 points. Nate Hill got a 3. He's got 3 points. Paul Nunez with 5. Brody Rinker with 2. Miller's been able to build this lead on the back of their defense. Their full court press has caused some issues for St. Elizabeth as they have been able to convert most of those turnovers in the backcourt before they had even hit the half court line and been able to capitalize for easy buckets on the other side. So I would anticipate Miller continuing to take advantage of that early and often here in the second half. I want to say thank you to our sponsors. I've seen them up on the screen so far on this one or during this game. Old Missouri Bank, New Stream Enterprises, and I just want to say thank you. This trip up here wouldn't have been possible without their generous donation to the stream and to our broadcasting as well. We're going to step aside for this is our first of 3 games here tonight. Miller leads St. Elizabeth as we get a look at the Miller girls team getting ready to take on Montgomery County here on this next one. We will close out with a game that I think is going to be an absolute just bombshell of a matchup. Montgomery County, a Final Four team in Class 3 a year ago. You may remember, especially around Southwest Missouri and Miller, might remember the name Jacob Stellwagen. Montgomery County was the team that he had transferred to a year ago from Verona. That Montgomery County team brings back a lot of talent, and we'll talk more about their stud here in a few hours. But they're gonna be taking on one of my favorite teams to watch in the Chadwick Cardinals here in the nightcaps. I'm supposed to start at 8 o'clock. Anyway, we're going to step aside. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our generous sponsors.
Ready to be a key player? At New Stream Enterprises, we play to win and have fun leveling up our game. Visit newstreaming.com to find your spot on the roster as an employee owner. You'll have a stake in the outcome, sharing the rewards for every victory you help achieve.
OMB Bank is proud to support high school basketball across the Ozarks this season. Experience community banking at its best at OMB. Enjoy the customer service you expect from your hometown bank, plus personal, business, and digital banking solutions to fit every need. Visit OMB online at ombbank.com for any of their convenient locations in Ash Grove, Buffalo, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Springfield, and Walnut Grove. OMB Bank. Community banking made better. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 733051. Now back to the voice of Southwest Missouri Sports, Skyland Akins. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our generous sponsors.
Ready to be a key player? At New Stream Enterprises, we play to win and have fun leveling up our game. Visit newstreaming.com to find your spot on the roster as an employee owner. You'll have a stake in the outcome, sharing the rewards for every victory you help achieve.
OMB Bank is proud to support high school basketball across the Ozarks this season. Experience community banking at its best at OMB. Enjoy the customer service you expect from your hometown bank, plus personal, business, and digital banking solutions to fit every need. Visit OMB online at ombbank.com or any of their convenient locations in Ash Grove, Buffalo, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Springfield, and Walnut Grove. OMB Bank. Community banking made better. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 733051. Now back to the voice of Southwest Missouri Sports, Skyland Akins. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our generous sponsors.
Ready to be a key player? At New Stream Enterprises, we play to win and have fun leveling up our game. Visit newstreaming.com to find your spot on the roster as an employee owner. You'll have a stake in the outcome, sharing the rewards for every victory you help achieve.
OMB Bank is proud to support high school basketball across the Ozarks this season. Experience community banking at its best at OMB. Enjoy the customer service you expect from your hometown bank, plus personal, business, and digital banking solutions to fit every need. Visit OMB online at ombbank.com or any of their convenient locations in Ash Grove, Buffalo, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Springfield, and Walnut Grove. OMB Bank. Community banking made better. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 733051. Now back to the voice of Southwest Missouri Sports, Skyland Akins. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our generous sponsors.
Ready to be a key player? At New Stream Enterprises, we play to win and have fun leveling up our game. Visit newstreaming.com to find your spot on the roster as an employee owner. You'll have a stake in the outcome, sharing the rewards for every victory you help achieve.
OMB Bank is proud to support high school basketball across the Ozarks this season. Experience community banking at its best at OMB. Enjoy the customer service you expect from your hometown bank, plus personal, business, and digital banking solutions to fit every need. Visit OMB online at ombbank.com or any of their convenient locations in Ash Grove, Buffalo, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Springfield, and Walnut Grove. OMB Bank. Community banking made better. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 733051. Now back to the voice of Southwest Missouri Sports, Skyland Akins. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our...
Welcome back to Tipton as we are getting ready to get started with the third quarter here. Here in about 20 seconds, we are, and take that halftime off. We are sitting at a 34-25 lead for the Miller Cardinals, who have shot the ball extremely well. And actually, the story has been the defensive full court pressure of the Miller Cardinals, allowing easy buckets on the other end. Owen Wees continuing his hot stretch where after tying the school record just about a week ago to the day for threes. He's got 15 points, but it's been a balanced scoring attack. This is the first ever meeting between St. Elizabeth and Miller. Jared Long, no good. And going the other way is St. Elizabeth. Chipman looks to drive the lane, and a block called on Jared Long. St. Elizabeth, about 56 miles to the west of here. Small little community. About an hour, 7 minutes drive for them. Miller closer to 150 miles southwest. That one is closer to a 3-hour drive. Nunez nearly walked there, and a full court pass to Long, no good. Rebound by Rinker. Rinker's done a fantastic job on the glass, and a terrific pass there to Paul Nunez. Chipman, a lot of contact there. No foul called. And Weiss going the other way to Nunez for three. No good. Rebounded by Nate Hill. But Hill stepped out of bounds. Kind of a dark on dark boundary there, as you see where the official is standing right now. The baseline is, and the outside of the key is the same color. Nice looking floor though. Really like how the dark gray kind of pops. Foul called there on Paul Nunez. That's going to be his second. Team second. The Hornets going to have 20 seconds to get a shot off. Chipman's not going to need all the 20 seconds. He's going to go ahead and get one off pretty quick. No good. Rebounded by Weiss. Weiss, another long pass. Just caught there by Nate Hill. A little bit of a reversal from the football field where Hill was typically throwing passes to Weiss. Hill, short little jumper, good. 38-25. A big run to, or I guess a 4-0 run to begin the third quarter. Foul called. Going to send Eli Kimna to the line. Foul's going to be called on Brody Brinker. That's going to be his first. Team's third. 5 minutes, 39 seconds left in the third period. This is going to be our first of 3 broadcasts here tonight from Tipton. Kim, the second free throw is good. He's got 5 points. Pretty good little shootout that Coach Michael Reeves has put together here in Tipton. Obviously, the night tonight's going to be headlined by Chadwick and Montgomery County. Battle of 2 top 3 teams. As Weiss gets another 3. Tomorrow, in the final game, as basket good there by Hodge, the Central Bulldogs. Yes, Central Missouri. Another 3. Can't even keep up. I'm trying to tell you about this game coming up tomorrow. And we keep getting 3s. The Central Bulldogs, led by Jordan Epps and Keon Epps, and the rest of that squad is going to take on a tough. Williams gets another bucket to fall. He's got 11. A long pass to Long, and he's going to get fouled. He's going to battle a tough Elias team. Finished 19-9 a year ago. Logan Hillman returns as a Class 5 All-State selection. That should be another tremendous game. Lung gets the first free throw to fall. 45-30. 4 minutes, 21 seconds remain in the ball game. Lung's up to 14 points. The Tipton girls, one of the best teams in the state. A team that Miller, if they were to go on a deep postseason run, would have an opportunity to see in the Final Four. Likely will. Long three, no good. And one called. We're going to call it a block on, I believe, Nunez. They're going to call it on Hayden Schnocky. Nunez tried to get a charge called. Williams got 13 points. Looking to make it 14 with this free throw right here. And he does. Halfway through the third quarter of play, 46-33. Miller on a big run to start the third quarter. Excuse me. And going back the other way, St. Elizabeth. St. Elizabeth looking to play with a different kind of fire and energy that we did not see from them in the opening half. Coach Heckmeyer must have really got into them at the halftime break. (46-33) is our score. They thought about taking a three. That was number 2, Brady Kimna. Weiss comes back into the game. And St. Elizabeth starting to run a bit of a full court trap here. Good pass there from Hill to Brody Rinker. Rinker gets blocked, but it's going to, in transition, going to go back to the Cardinals after a pass did not get caught. St. Elizabeth back with the trap, and Hill this time going to find Madsen for 3. No good. Rebounded by Kyson Green. And another backcourt turnover by Hill. And this time they get points out of it. That has been what has haunted the St. Elizabeth Hornets so far this year, or so far in this game. And Madsen got another one, unable to capitalize, and a quick bucket there from Gavin Williams. Miller just taking advantage of the St. Elizabeth guards in the backcourt.
Team foul.
48-35. We're down to 2 minutes, 24 seconds left in the third period. Weiss going to kick it back to Madsen. Madsen's going to look to drive. Madsen's going to get fouled on the ground. That's going to be the first personal foul on Kimna, Brady Kimna. And, Madsen tried to go up again, and Kimna just sent it it would have been about 6 rows deep. Nate Hill just laughing about it. Poor Jalen Mattins had several opportunities to get on the scoreboard, but every one of them has been just knocked away. Weiss, little step back jumper, no good. Rebounded by Brady Kimna. And going the other way. And another turnover by St. Elizabeth. Owen Weiss, no one's going to stop him, but he is not going to finish that one. A rare miss there by Owen Weiss, and a block, and one. Good finish there, good body control by Carter Rinkmeyer. He's finally on the board. The block called on Nate Hill.
Basket scoop number 23.
48-37. Rinkmeyer's free throw, no good. Offensive rebound there by Blake Wobie. Kimna gonna kick out to his brother Eli. Eli is gonna get the bucket to go. And just like that, game's back within 10 points. 48-39. And a lazy pass there by Hayden Brown gets taken away. And the Hornets are going to get blocked. Going the other way is Nate Hill. Down under a minute, 55 seconds remain in this third quarter. Owen Weiss, nice pick and roll to Rinker. And Rinker looked like he got a little bit of a forearm into the bag. They're going to say he just walked. Paul Nunez and Jared Long back into the ball game. 45 seconds remain. St. Elizabeth, nice little step up jumper mid-range. 30 seconds left. Owen Weiss looking to get something going. 1 second separates the shot and game clock. And a foul call. Much to the ire of St. Elizabeth. 24 seconds left. I said there's a 1 second difference. There's actually a 0.7 second difference. Shot and game clock. Weiss looking to get something going. Gonna kick it to Long. Long's gonna use the screen. Gonna drive the lane. No good. Rebounded by Rinker. Rinker's gonna kick out to Weiss. Weiss, 4 seconds left. 3 and up and under. Up and good. Weiss has point number 19 and 20 as the clock expires on the third quarter. Don't go anywhere. We got a good fourth quarter matchup coming for you. You're watching high school basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of High School Basketball on Southwest Missouri Sports. This broadcast would not be possible without the help of our generous sponsors.
Ready to be a key player? At New Stream Enterprises, we play to win and have fun leveling up our game. Visit newstreaming.com to find your spot on the roster as an employee owner. You'll have a stake in the outcome, sharing the rewards for every victory you help achieve.
OMB Bank is proud to support high school basketball across the Ozarks this season. Experience community banking at its best at OMB. Enjoy the customer service you expect from your hometown bank, plus personal, business, and digital banking solutions to fit every need. Visit OMB online at ombbank.com or any of their convenient locations in Ash Grove, Buffalo, Carthage, Mount Vernon, Springfield, and Walnut Grove. OMB Bank, community banking made. better. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Tipton as we are getting ready to close out the fourth game of the Tipton Shootout here this year. Event that's going to be really good. I do wish I was able to stay for some of the matchups tomorrow. So if you were, I understand there's going to be some weather concerns tomorrow. However, if you're up here in the area, I'd recommend coming to check out some basketball ahead of the weather turning south.
Give all possession belongs to the Hornets.
That last showdown between Central and Hawaii is going to be a lot of fun. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the final quarter. Eli Kimna. Excuse me about that. As I had said at the top of the broadcast, I'm still recovering from pneumonia that's put me down for about 4 weeks now. Still got a little bit of a cough. 3 ball up and good by Jared Long. Miller outscored St. Elizabeth 16-14 there in the third quarter. Another steal for Miller. Jared Long thinks about taking a three, then decides to drive it instead. Nunez is going to take it. No good. Rebounded by Big 25 Eli Kim, the 6-foot forward. Shot no good there by Kyson Green. Brody Rinker tied up again. Rinker quietly having a pretty good, solid game here on the glass. I wish I was able to keep track of rebounds as well as everything else. He would have it'd be interesting to see where he was at in rebounds. 6 minutes remain, and Miller holds a 12-point lead. Nunez on the block, going to work, and no good. Good post move there by Nunez, just unable to get it to fall. Our next game of the night is going to feature the number 10 team in Class 2 on the girls' side, the Miller Lady Cardinals. They're going to take on Montgomery County, who's coming off of a 20-win season but graduated all 5 starters. So it should be a interesting matchup as Brody Rinker looked like he had a open path to the bucket. Shots can get blocked there by 21 Gavin Williams, who has been absolutely everywhere for the St. Elizabeth Hornets. And a timeout's going to be called. Don't go anywhere. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You're watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports. back to Tipton as we are 5 minutes away from crowning a winner here in this fourth game of the Tipton Shootout. And the foul called on Gavin Williams.
Hornets in clear. Brady getting on his second personal foul. That is the first team foul this quarter.
And we have an injury timeout, it looks like, as Nunez was coming across, hit number 2 Brady Kimna right in the noggin, knocked him kind of unsteady there for a second. Classy move there by Coach Brandon Weiss, calling for a stoppage. St. Elizabeth the other way, 3 balls. Kimna must have not been seeing too many stars. He gets a 3 ball to go. On the other end, it looked like Rinker was going to get an easy one. However, he gets fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line.
Brady Kimna, his third personal foul. Second team foul this quarter. What line will happen from the top? Brady Rinker shooting 2.
I was trying to get back to my scoreboard. First free throw, no good for Rinker. St. Elizabeth has done a much better job here this second half protecting the ball in the backcourt. That was, and just the effort level has looked much better. Brody Rinker gets his second one to fall. It's a 10-point Miller advantage. What would be a big time win for the Cardinals? And I understand as Hodge, it's another 3. Good pass there from Weiss. Foul called on Noah Chipman. That's going to be his second. No, his first. Nunez from the block goes to work. Kind of falls away from the bucket. .404, about halfway through the fourth quarter. Hodge for another 3. No good. And ball gets tipped out by Schnocky, and foul's going to be called, I believe, on Nunez. That's going to be his fourth personal. And Rinker's going to come in for Nunez. That was just kind of tough luck. And Brady Kimna, gets another bucket. Just like that. Back within 5. 3 ball up from Long. And that is one way to shut down the front. And another steal from Long, and he gets 2 more. Jared Lungs came alive here in the fourth quarter. He's up to 20 points. And that may have been the biggest 5-point run of the game. Brady Kimna's shot, no good. And a good interior defense there by the Cardinals. Bad off defensive rebounding. And eventually out of all of that, we got a jump ball. ball arrow favors the St. Elizabeth Hornets. There's a lot to unpack there. There's a good interior and a pass out of bounds right to Coach Heckmeyer. St. Elizabeth with the full court pressure once again. 3 minutes left. 10-point lead for the Miller Cardinals. And another turnover there from Hayden Schnocky. And I don't think either team would feel like they really played a clean game. A big rebound and bucket there by Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams has had a tremendous day. The full court run, no good there by Weiss, and going the other way. Got the tempo picking up here. And another nearly missed offensive rebound and a coast to coast for Owen Weiss. He's up to 22. Weiss and Lung both at 22 points. 51-61 is your score. 3-ball up and 3-ball down by Gavin Williams. He's up to 21. What a game this has been, back and forth. And while the lead continues to be right around 10, these Hornets are not going away. Don't go anywhere. We're watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Tipton. 2 minutes and 5 seconds remain in this ball game. Miller holds a 61-54 lead after Gavin Williams hits another three. He's got 21 points. Jared Long and Owen Weiss have 22 for the Cardinals. The big difference in the game up to this point has been turnovers created in the backcourt and points off of those turnovers. And speaking of turnovers, there's another one for the Miller Cardinals. 3-ball up from Reichmeyer, no good. Rebounded by Madsen. And Owen Weiss with the ball. Weiss going to drive to the lane and find Rinker. Rinker gets the up and good. Big time bucket there for Brody Rinker. Gets the lead back up to 9. And a lot of contact. No foul called. That was when I was kind of surprised there was no contact. And it should be a travel called. We're going to have a timeout calls first. Oh, and Coach Brandon Weiss not quite buying the explanation given by the ref. However, I think the official was correct. I did hear Coach Heckmeyer give a timeout call. Don't go anywhere. We got just a few minutes left in this ball game. You're watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back to Tipton, Missouri, where we are getting things kicked off with a bang here for first of our triple header. 63-54 is your score. The Miller Cardinals have a fourth quarter lead over St. Elizabeth, a state-ranked St. Elizabeth squad coming in at number 10. However, they are missing their top player, Nick Heckmeyer. And but these Hornets have they come into this game averaging 8 threes per game. And they have shown that once again they have shot the ball pretty well. And a foul called by Nate Hill. 1 minute, 19 seconds left. If you're Coach Weiss, you just got to tell your guys, play solid defense, defend without fouling here. Because once you get to that 5 foul mark, that's whenever things can start getting kind of crazy. The Miller defense has done a tremendous job. Gavin Williams with another bucket. And Owen Weiss going to swing it back around. 1 minute remains in this ball game. 63-56, and a foul called. It's going to be called on Carter Rinkmeyer.
Foul on the Hornets, number 23. Carter Rinkmeyer, his first personal foul. The fourth team foul is better.
Nate Hill going to find Paul Nunez. Nunez had a length to the basket. He's going to kick it back out to Jared Long. Long to Weiss. Looks like St. Elizabeth was trying to foul.
Fouls on the Hornets, number 3.
That's going to be the 15th foul, 14th personal foul on Tyson Green. Tyson Green's he's only got 3 points, but he's played very good basketball off the bench. He's his first free throw up and good.
Checking in for the Hornets, number 13.
He's up to 23.
Checking in for Cardinals, number 31.
3 points a match, the number 23 on the back of his jersey. The second one, no good. Rebounded by Jalen Madsen. Big offensive board there for the sophomore. And a foul on Chipman's going to send Jared Lung to the free throw line.
Number 0. Noah Chipman is second personal foul. Line for the Cardinals, number 3. Long has been shooting.
64-56. Make that 65-56. After the free throw falls for Jared Long. Second free throw up and good for Long as well.
This will be number 10. Cole Blueday.
66-56. A wild pass and go out of bounds. 27 seconds left, and it looks like Miller is going to be just a couple of free throws away from getting this one on lockdown, barring a crazy collapse. And foul called, sending Weiss back to the free throw line.
Tyson Green, that is his 5th personal foul. Checking back in.
Foul called on Tyson Green. That was his 5th and final personal foul. First free throw up and good for Owen Weiss. Weiss's second free throw falls as well. He's up to 25. St. Elizabeth looking for one last gasp. Long three. Good. Blake Wobie gets a long three-pointer. The fall bring it back within 10 points. 68-59. Timeout's going to be called. Don't go anywhere. You're still watching high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports. Welcome back. 68-59. Miller with the ball. 18.5 seconds remain. They're running one of your double inbound passes and a turnover. Ball goes out of the hands of Paul Nunez. Looked like Nunez may have got slapped on the arm to force the turnover. No foul called. 16 seconds remain. If you're St. Elizabeth, you need another quick three. They mentioned they average 8 a game, so they can definitely shoot it. This one's just going to be a quick up and under there by Gavin Williams. Bring it back within 7. And timeout called by Coach Weiss. 7 seconds remain in the ball game. 7-point game. It's been a tremendous night for Owen Weiss and Jared Long. They have combined for 49 points. On my unofficial scoring, the scoring up on the scoreboard has them a little bit different. I have Owen Weiss at 25 points, Jared Long at 24. I don't think they had accounted for a couple free throws. Difference in this ball game has come on the defense of the full court pressure from the Miller Cardinals, where they have forced a ton of turnovers in the backcourt. That's resulted in easy points, easy buckets. Paul Nunez with the ball, 5 seconds left. St. Elizabeth not fouling. And that's going to be it. Final here in Tipton for our first game of the night. 68-61 is your final score. We're going to take a look at our scoring breakdown before we get ready to go to our next game. Scoring for Miller, led by Owen Weiss, 25 points. Jared Long got 24. And then Nate Hill and Paul Nunez with 7. Brody Rinker with 5. For St. Elizabeth, led by Gavin Williams with 25 points. Eli Kimna with 9. Blake Wobie with 5. Noah Chipman with 2. Tyson Green with 3. Ryan Hodge with 8, including a couple of big threes. And Brady Kimna with 7. The Miller Cardinals just gradually kept creating more and more space throughout the ball game, and was ultimately able to win fairly comfortably. But I want to say thank you for you guys for tuning in. Don't leave us yet. You'll have to go to our new link, but it will be the Miller Lady Cardinals, as you see them already out there taking on the Montgomery County Wildcats here in about 20-25 minutes. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of high school basketball here on Southwest Missouri Sports.